going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Tuesday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another 7-round Vikings mock draft. Now, first, before we start, hair's looking good, by the way. The producer, Allie, busting her ass. New merch. Flex Fit hat. I love it. It's looking good, man. Sylvia, proof of life. Also, legal tampering went down yesterday. It's so weird that it's legal, and all these deals just come together. So we're going to do a 7-round mock draft, and we got some things and some stuff and things. So up at the top, things have already happened. Darnold signs with Seattle. Reiser hasn't left yet, but yeah. Beasley left, signed with the Colts. Re-signed Murph, Aaron Jones, as well as Theo Jackson. Ooh, he is for real. Ryan Kelly, Isaiah Rodgers, come on in. Also, the Vikings lost Johnny Munt, as well as Nick Mullins to Duval. Lost PJ2 to the Panthers, not unexpected, so it is what it is. But other projections: Harrison back, Gilmore retires, Danny Dimes back as QB2, Bradbury cut, or I don't know, with a try-man guard. Not about that life. But Will Fries, you want it. So basically, the Vikings get Will Fries, Ryan Kelly, Darissa O'Neal, left guard TBD. You're good to go. Jonathan Allen, who's apparently spending the night in the great state of Minnesota. Malik Collins, who also would not count against comp picks. Same thing with Josh Allen. Keller Witherspoon, I think he got cut. I don't know. As well as Marcus Epps. So Epps' value is extremely low, but he could definitely serve as a sub-package safety. And also he's a former Viking, 6th-round pick out of Wyoming. Good time. So that's what's going on. Let's do this. That's good. See, I love the mock drafts after free agency because then you know what you need, or you check the boxes of needs and you're allowed to draft BPA, which would also be a great spot. So now let's get spicy with this thing. Let's go. All right. Cam Ward 1, Travis Hunter. Genty at 5 to Duval. Wow. I kind of like it, to be honest. Just keeps him away from the stupid Bears. Bears go Tyler Warren. I actually really like that fit. I know that they're going to run a lot of 12 personnel with that, but that'll be good. Barron goes to the Niners. Evan Warrior goes to the Colts. Ooh, Evan Warrior and Beasley together. I like it. Mike Green to the Cardinals. Egbuka do the Bengals. Yeah, because Cincinnati doesn't have any other needs. Yeah. Kenneth Grant goes Seattle. Jelon Walker, Starks. Will Johnson falls all the way to 21. Will Johnson, JPJ. Kind of like that. Hampton to the Chargers, obviously. Although They did just pick up Najee Harris, so TBD. Tyler Booker goes to the Packers. So, hey, at least I finally got a guard who can pass block as opposed to, I don't know, Aaron Banks. Thanks. Yeah. All right, so the Vikings at 24. I'm really tempted to take Calvin Banks, right? And I know, tackle, 4 years at Texas Hook'em. This is not planned, by the way. But just having him reduce inside to one of the guard spots, notably left guard, so you don't have to change his footwork. I mean, it's tempting. It's tempting. Also, you do have Donovan Jackson in that mix, but Walter Nolan, Derek Hammond are there. Gray Zabel, probably a better scheme fit. Although, man, Banks is going to be good. Got a couple trade offers. Commies at 29 would certainly entertain that. Patriots and the Broncos, that's too far of a drop. So what can we do here? It may actually be tough to trade down because the talent level is going to be pretty flat at this point. And why would teams give up significant capital just to move? All right, let's do this. All right. For 24, drop it down 5 spots. Give us a 3rd-round pick, Dolphins, pretty decent, 79. Future 4th, 2 7ths this year. And hence, one more time, baby. All right, fine. That didn't really impact things. Whatever. All right, so we got it. All right, so now Calvin Banks goes to Detroit, which is kind of a good move. Yeah. Let's see here. Pierce, they came up for Pierce, Loveland, Nolan, Calvin Banks, Derek Harmon. I just love Derek Harmon, man. Honestly, if this is how things went down, I would not be mad in the slightest. So you got Derek Harmon coming on in, 6'5", 313, led the nation in pressure rate, 5 sacks, 45 tackles as well. Instant upgrade along the defensive line, 3-down player. He's going to be that guy. So I love him. able to move down, get an extra third-round pick out of this thing. Woo, baby. I'm kind of loving life right now. So now, we'll do the rest of the way. Terrence Ferguson. So Terrence Ferguson is going to be interesting because it's not a glaring position of need, but you lost Munt. You lost Nick Muse. The future of Oliver, he's in a contract year. The future of Hawkinson, he may be on the chopping block next year. Who knows? But Ferguson's interesting. He definitely did himself some favors at the combine. Something to note, Giddens. I love DJ Giddens, man. Ratledge will be damn solid. Devin Neal, Chuck Grant, Moreau, Tez. Tez. I know that Tez didn't test well. You know where he did well in the game? I don't know. Jared Wilson, of course, Deion Walker. Man, what do we do? Like, Ratledge makes sense. Got a bunch of trade offers. I wouldn't mind moving down. Although, I know 79 to 96. That's a lot. I mean that's a big drop. So, not really too into it. So if we're gonna stick and pick, but pass on Ferguson. Giddens is super, super tempting. Or is it a spot where just because there's so many good running backs that depresses the value of some, to be honest? Because, we grab a running back late that you're going to be pretty happy with, especially with Aaron Jones back. Could definitely address the offensive line. Milam as well. Do we do this? I mean, Ratledge would be a set it and forget it starter. This is probably going to be about the area that I actually think that Wilson could sneak into the second round, maybe Ratledge as well, but Tate's good to go. So 6'6", 320, 3-year starter at Georgia, 18 pressures, 2 sacks allowed in 3 seasons, but he gets after things, right? Adds a physicality dimension, wouldn't hold you back in outside zone, and just brings an edge. So basically, your offensive line, we're going to have to move either Fries or Ratledge to left guard, but that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but we'll work it out. But you'd have Darisaw, Ratledge, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, as well as Brian O'Neill. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I tried so hard. I can't rise above it. And Devin Neal is just there, man. Dorian Strong, if we wanted to suture up some cornerback. Oh, did we sign another cornerback? Yeah. So Caleb Witherspoon, the 30-year-old veteran. Yeah. Let's see, Rucker. So the running back class is deep, but there's levels to what we like here. So Devin Neal is super interesting to me. I'm glad that he tested well, because that was a question mark. Same thing with DJ Giddens, but Neal is just a dude. And I think that he's a guy that could definitely complement Aaron Jones to start, and then eventually move his way into RB1 conversation. So Devin Neal, tough as hell. Bring him on in. Also, what's great about Devin Neal? Like, Kansas didn't really have a ton of weapons during his time. Like, everyone knew that Devin Neal was getting the ball. He's still just like, F it. I'm getting this damn thing done. You love to see that. All right, now the rest of the way. Huzzy, Etienne, Donald Fortune, we draft all the time. John Joyner. Do we go Joyner? Nah. Logan Brown, Denzel Burke, Stutzman. I really do like Stutzman. So now we're just going to double and triple and quadruple down on defensive line, because that's the lesson that Kwesi learned from the Eagles. So projections, we signed Jonathan Allen and Malik Collins. Now, both are veterans. Both are around the wrong side of 30, so they're not going to be long-term solutions. But you do have Derek Carman in play here, as well as we're going Riley Mills. So Mills is interesting. 6'5", 291, size, violence in his hands, tough physical, like your prototypical 5-tech. Like, he's Cameron Hayward adjacent, a little bit more upside as a pass rusher, and he's got power, he's got that rush, he's got everything. Also, remember Cam Hayward didn't really develop much of a pass rush until a couple years into his career in Pittsburgh, and he got after things. And 34 pressures, 7.5 sacks. He was sorely missed by Notre Dame in the playoffs. Frankly, if Mills was in the national title game, Notre Dame still loses, but it's a little bit closer, So hopefully Mills is going to be good to go health-wise. But even if he isn't, even if he has started on the pup, like I think he'd be worth the wait. Plus, I mean, if Mills didn't get hurt, I mean, we're getting him here in the 5th. He still may go early, but I think he'd be in the second round conversation. But, Riley Mills and Derek Harmon, we are after that ass. I love it, man. All right, so second, 5th round pick. I mean, a lot of ways we could go here. Now, I want to stay towards the top, go a little bit BPA-ish. Now, Jackson Hawes could be interesting. Certainly could pick up a tight end as a UDFA. Same thing with a second running back. But I'm going to go with Kobe King, linebacker from the Penn State, 6'1", 236. That 6'3" would be a little bit tall, but he's sort of a throwback, like stout, like old school, like 3-4 Mike linebacker. And the Vikings really sinking into the 3-4 under Flores. He's the type of dude that's just a football guy. It just sticks his nose into everything. 97 tackles, 3 sacks. Abdul Carter running mate. And what you saw a lot with Penn State, like Abdul Carter would just sort of blitz, do his own thing. Then you got Kobe King really minding the back of the store and taking care of things in the middle of that Nittany Lions defense. Plus, he is a plus special teamer, play on all 4 phases. So Kobe King, welcome on in. You are a Viking. Kind of like that. Plus, having depth behind Cashman and Pace is important. Probably not going to run it back with Asama after next year. And also, who knows if Kamu's going to be back or not. Oh, there you go. Lastly, so we could double down on offensive linemen. We could pick up a nose tackle. Could pick up Raheem Sanders or Donovan Edwards as a running back. But I don't know. I kind of want a corner, right? Jabbar's there. Brew, Cross. Fullback Howard Cross. I might be in on that. But we are going to go with Shamari Simmons out of Arizona State / Austin P originally. 6 foot, $195. Had a really good Shrine Bowl. Good instincts. 10 passes broken up. 2 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles in 2024. Long, lengthy corner. Can play some special teams as well. Adding him to that cornerback depth room makes a ton of sense. So kind of like how this draft turned out. Of course, I have to like it because it's mine. There are many like it, but this one is mine. All right. Let's see here. So, did trade down with the commies, sharing the wealth. So, Derek Harmon at 29, Ratledge at 79, 2 day 1 starters right away. Devin Neal, going to be the RB2 mixed in with Aaron Jones. Riley Mills, once he gets his health right, rotationally, like heavy hands, prototypical 5-tech, and also can get after the passer. I love it. Kobe King will be a plus special teamer, backup linebacker, and then go from there. And then Shamari Simmons adding some length to that cornerback room as well. So basically, again, this is what happened in free agency in actuality as well as projections these next couple days. And if this is how it goes down, I'm at it. Well, you didn't get a nose tackle. Well, really relying on Takitami to step it on up. And also interior offensive line, Ratledge. I know the Ratledge is the only guy that we picked up, but Will Fry's the other guard, and also you have Ryan Kelly, obviously, at center. But Walter Rouse as a swing backup. Also, they want to try him at guard, plus Michael Jurgens. Hopefully, they develop as well, and then we'll go from there. But your thoughts are thoughts. 7-round Vikings mock draft, post day 1 of legal tampering edition. Kind of like it. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.